In the last episode, we worked out that you only need 23 people in a room to get a 50-50 chance that at least two of them share a birthday. But what if you want to be nearly certain? Say you walk into a party. How many guests need to be there before you'd be willing to bet at 99% confidence that at least two people in the room share a birthday? Most people guess in the hundreds, but the real number is surprisingly small. Now, the direct way to calculate this, what's the chance that at least two people share a birthday, is actually a mess. There are just too many combinations to try. So instead, we do what we did last time. We flip the question. Rather than asking what's the chance somebody shares a birthday, we ask the opposite. What's the chance that nobody shares a birthday? And then we just subtract from 100%. So probability of at least one match equals 100% minus probability of nobody matches, right? That's it. And that second question, nobody matching, turns out to be much easier to calculate. Let's build this out. Open a spreadsheet. Quick tip, type sheets.new into your browser and it drops you straight into a blank Google Sheet. No clicking around. Let's set up four columns. First column is the person number. Second column is the chance that this particular person picks a birthday that nobody else has already taken. And third column is the running probability that so far nobody in the group has matched anyone else. Now we add people one at a time. Person one walks in, there are no taken birthdays yet, so any date works, right? That's 365 out of 365, basically 100%. Now person two has to avoid the one date person one already claimed. So person two has got 364 options out of 365. You can just easily put the formula here and that's it. And we keep going and each new person has one fewer available date than the person before them. So person 22 has to avoid 21 taken dates. Person 23 has to avoid the previous 22 taken dates. So that's automatically 365 minus previous 22 dates. And that's it. Now, to find the probability that all 23 people have unique birthdays all at the same time, we multiply all those fractions together. This is the multiplication rule, which we covered in a previous episode. The key thing to understand here is that each of those fractions is already a conditional probability. Each fraction is asking what are the odds this person has a unique birthday, given that everyone before them already does. That condition is baked into the number itself. So when we multiply all the fractions together, we are chaining all those conditions. Person two is unique given person one is, person three is unique given persons one and two are, and so on all the way down. The result is the probability that the whole chain holds, that all 23 people have unique birthdays simultaneously. In the spreadsheet, the third column does exactly this. Each row multiplies the previous running total by the new fraction in that row. So at any row, you are looking at the combined probability that everyone up to that point has a unique birthday. So after 23 people, that number comes out to 49.3%. So the chance that nobody has matched yet in a group of 23 is 49.3%, which means probability of at least one match is 50.7%. That's the fourth column. Just subtract column three from 100%. Now let's keep extending the table and add more people and watch that fourth column climbing up. At 30 people, we are at about 71%, at 40 people, roughly 89%, and at 57 people, we have 99%. So if we are at a conference, a party, any gathering where there are at least 57 people in the room, the probability that at least two of them share a birthday is 99%. We can essentially bet on it.